Top e-commerce platforms. So congratulations to finally needing an e-commerce platform. Today I'm going to cover my top 20 best online store builders. It's going to be kind of like a speed dating for online platforms. So let's get into that right now. Before we continue, take a quick second and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified every time I put out a new video. Also, make sure and watch this video to the end because I'm going to discuss a couple of e-commerce platforms that are kind of sleepers that you wouldn't think of. Also, I'm going to show you which two platforms I use to get results like this in online sales. Okay, not all online platforms are created equally, obviously, and depending on what it is you are trying to achieve is going to dictate what kind of e-commerce platform you're going to choose. If you're a local baker who really just needs to have some local presence and not a lot of online e-com selling and to use the entire breadth of apps that are available to you, then something as inexpensive or easy to use as Wix or Weebly might be your solution. But if you're a big store who's looking for a change and moving over to a more robust platform, then maybe something like Magento might be for you. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. Let's start my list. And this is in no particular order, but let's start my list with BigCommerce. So with any website builder, e-commerce platform, I think what you really need to, if you want to boil down what it is you're looking for, you want to make sure that it has ease of use for you, the end user. Are you going to need to hire a technical manager, somebody to come in and do this, or is this something that you can handle? So ease of use is a big one. The second one is security. You have to make sure that your website is secure because the bigger you get, the more interest you get, the more attention you draw from people that are trying to hack your business. So security is number two. And number three is speed. Really, it all comes down to speed these days. Mobile users especially will leave your site if something isn't working the way they think it should within about 3 seconds. So speed, ease of use, and security. And BigCommerce has all three of those options. I would certainly rank BigCommerce very, very high on my list, from anywhere from a first-time novice user all the way up to an experienced pro. So BigCommerce makes the cut on my top 20 list. The next on my list is Shopify. Now, Shopify hits all of those same metrics that BigCommerce does, especially with the big three: ease of use, site speed, and security. They handle all that stuff on the back end. I actually did a complete video guide on BigCommerce versus Shopify. Should be a card somewhere in the upper corner of this video if you want a more detailed video explanation about those two platforms, these two platforms. But Shopify hits all of the same markers that BigCommerce does. I think that you could go with either one of these guys and not hit any kind of hurdle with setting up an e-commerce store, especially one that you're looking for long-term growth and usability. They have a ton of apps that are available to them as third-party plugins. So the sky's the limit with Shopify and BigCommerce. Now, the next on my list is WooCommerce. WooCommerce is also one of my favorite platforms. However, it is self-hosted. You have to have your own website hosting. You have to do your own security and prevent against hackers. And the speed is up to you. So, and it depends very largely upon what hosting company that you go with. But WooCommerce provides a ton of, almost an unlimited set of customization because it's an open source platform. You can, built on WordPress, you can virtually do anything that you can imagine. And you can keep it running fast. You can keep it running secure, but to keep it running, it's going to be all up to you. So if you are more comfortable with doing a little bit of coding and looking up on YouTube how-to videos for WooCommerce, then this might be the platform for you because it's essentially free. Yeah, you have to pay for hosting, but hosting packages are far less than what Shopify or BigCommerce packages start at. So I really like WooCommerce. I have some WooCommerce stores running today, as I do with the other platforms, but WooCommerce definitely makes the cut on my top 20 list. All right, coming in next on my list is 3D Cart. 3D Cart has been around for a long time, since about 1997, I believe. and they were one of the pioneers for this software as a service online store builder, e-commerce based store builder. One of their biggest shout outs is their claim to fame is that they are super SEO friendly, and that their stores rank higher due to SEO performance than most other of the builder platform services like we just talked about. It is a user-friendly system. Their site speed is adequate in my opinion, although I have not used 3D Cart in a long time. So it's on the lower end of the pricing programs for some of these other platforms, but it makes my top 20 list for sure. Next on my list is Magento. Magento has been around for a long time, but it is another self-hosted type of platform, just like WooCommerce or WordPress, in that you're going to need your own hosting to run it. Now, it is an Adobe company. Adobe acquired them some years back. So if you're a big fan of Adobe, then there's a leg up for you. They do have free options available, but Magento to me seems a little clunky. You really need to have some resources in place to reach out and have help with the technical aspects, because Magento can be a little cumbersome in my opinion. But it is very much so scaled at, or focused at, scaling and towards large business structures. Obviously you can use it for a beginning startup and growth, but you're really going to need to have some resources in place to run the technical side of Magento. Okay, next on my list is PrestaShop. PrestaShop has both a software as a service solution like a Shopify, and it has a self-hosted solution like a WooCommerce. So they do have a variety of options that will appeal to just about everyone, and they do have a lower price point option. So if price point is something that you're concerned with, yet you still want an expanded option of themes and resources and apps and things like that, then PrestaShop would definitely be one to at least explore on your way to making a decision. Okay, next on my list is Squarespace. Squarespace is a pretty big known name brand. You've probably seen their commercials on the Super Bowl and etc. They've been around since about 2004 or so, and they're a software as a service company. So everything is hosted with them. Shopping cart, everything is included with their system, and it is pretty easy to use. I've seen some really elegant looking Squarespace websites that have been put out, but they're squarely focused, get it, on e-commerce. And if you choose them, I don't think that it would be a bad choice at all. Okay, next on my list is VOLUSION. VOLUSION is a software as a service. It is a hosted offering, so they take care of everything, the shopping cart, they have apps, themes, it's just a plug and play and go sort of deal. In my opinion, I think, sorry the VOLUSION guys, but in my opinion, I think that there are, at their price point, a lot of other systems like Shopify or BigCommerce that really would be a more seamless or initial choice than starting with VOLUSION. But it is worthy enough to make my top 20 list. Okay, so next on my list is Weebly. Weebly is a super easy drag and drop, build your own theme deal. They have some themes that you can plug in, obviously a few little apps and things like that, but Weebly is going to be on your more simple end of the choice spectrum. They also offer a free version of Weebly. It is not super robust, but if you're just looking for something that is free and you're just starting out, Weebly might be a choice for you if you maybe have one or two products only in your store that you're trying to promote. Set up with the free option and give Weebly a try. Okay, and next on my list is Wix. Wix is very, very much like Weebly. They offer a free version. It is a drag and drop interface. It is almost exactly like Weebly. The thing that I don't like about Wix is it doesn't SEO really well. It's not really SEO friendly. A lot of the site links are specific to Wix and not specific to your SEO things that you're trying to accomplish. So I would not put Wix high on my list, just like I wouldn't Weebly, but that's because I am where I am with my e-commerce journey. So I'm a little more advanced than these guys, but it's nice to have a free website builder platform in your back pocket to choose if you choose to choose from. And next on my list is Xcart. Xcart is one of the older platforms. You can see right here, it's been around since 2001, so going on 18 years of being in the market. Xcart has, they boast about the cost of ownership for their particular platform. You just pay a one-time licensing fee for their system. However, you do have to have your own hosting, so there will be an associated cost with that. Also, there is some range of technical aspects that you're going to have to be comfortable with Xcart. So knowing that going in, it is not a Staples easy button, push button solution like some of the first options on my list. Okay, next on my list is Ecwid, and Ecwid is kind of a unique platform. They have traditional online software as a service programs that you would expect, and they have free ones. They start with free that are pretty robust. But what makes Ecwid unique is that if you already have an online presence and you're looking to add a shopping cart to it, a mobile arena, a platform, e-commerce platform to your existing website, say you had a nice $30,000 website built for you 5 years ago, but it does not have any e-commerce capability, you could simply go with Ecwid, and that kind of adds on an e-commerce layer to your existing setup, which is certainly nice to have for folks that haven't had any e-commerce capabilities in the past. Okay, next on my list is ABANTE Cart. Now, they have a solution very similar to the previous one that I mentioned, Ecwid, and that allows you to set up, says right here, you can sell on your existing website quick and easy. So again, if you have an existing website that does not have an e-commerce solution, you can implement ABANTE Cart right into that and instantly be selling online. Probably one of the biggest hurdles with these guys is that it takes some technical lifting to get this thing implemented. So you would definitely need to hire some sort of webmaster or programmer to implement ABANTE Cart. But their solution is definitely sound, and sound enough to make my top 20 list. Okay, next on my list is Big Cartel. So basically, if you're in the cartel, this is the e-commerce platform for you. Kidding. Big Cartel has free options. They are pretty much software as a service, so it's hosted online. Just plug and play, and you can tap right into instantly having an e-commerce platform. They have some nice looking templates. So Big Cartel, if you're looking for especially a low, free entry point e-commerce platform, you could certainly consider Big Cartel, although it is not the most robust package at the free level. You could certainly look at exploring Big Cartel. Okay, next on my list is Drupel, WOOCOMMERCE. Drupel is a online self-hosted, meaning you have to host it yourself, open source platform, just like WordPress. WordPress and Drupel were the big two years and years and years ago. I think Drupel has fallen off a little bit just by the rise and popularity of WooCommerce, but certainly they have a very sound back-end open source technology, and WooCommerce is a nice complement to that. So they have free options available. You have to get your own hosting and probably need to get a webmaster to help set it all up for you. But if you are interested, again, in a free open source version of e-commerce platform, then Drupal certainly should be one of your top couple considerations for your e-commerce platform. Next on my list is GoDaddy. So GoDaddy e-commerce. GoDaddy wouldn't be my first choice, but they are so heavily infused in or dominant in the domain name space that so many people have accounts with GoDaddy. And the nice thing about GoDaddy is you know that they are going to be around for a long time. A lot of these little website builder platforms, they rise and then they fall and they close down. So where does that leave you? It leaves you with needing to export all of your information and find a new host. And maybe that's why you're watching this particular video. But back to GoDaddy. GoDaddy is one. It's not the most intuitive website builder, although they tout it to be. And it may have improved over the last few years. It has certainly been 3 or 4 years since I've used it last for a client. And I wasn't the happiest with it then, but I think it's worthy enough, noteworthy enough to mention on my top 20 list due to the fact that they're such a big name in the space. Okay, next on my list is MOONFRUIT. MOONFRUIT. They have a very sleek, sophisticated looking websites that they put out. It is hosted, so they take care of the security and the speed and things of that nature, but they do also have free options available. Again, any free hosted software as a service program that you look into is not going to be the most robust, but it is nice to have that option, especially when you're small and starting out. You just need to be sure that you can grow into all of the feature sets and things that these platforms offer. But MOONFRUIT would definitely be a good one to look at to start out with. Next on my list is OpenCart. OpenCart, again, is a open source e-commerce platform, very much like Magento or WooCommERCE and the likes. You'll need your own hosting, so that'll be a cost, but OpenCart has a very neat and robust service set. You can see with their dashboard and all kinds of management extensions that they have. OpenCart would definitely be one to look at. They have, what I do like about them is they have a lot of videos to really help you get off the ground and get started without the need, it is technical, but without the need of potentially hiring a web host a webmaster to help you get this thing up and running. So OpenCart makes my top 20 list. Next on my list is UltraCart. UltraCart makes my top 20 list as a self-hosted, gotta host it yourself, platform. It is squarely designed at small businesses and one-man shops. It is fairly easy to get up and running and make all kinds of modifications and changes as you go. But, you know, again, anything that's self-hosted, you're going to need to be sure that speed and security of your hosting package that you select is paramount. So you really want to make sure that you have those things dialed in so that a solution like UltraCart would run really good for you. And last on my list is YOLA. Now, YOLA is a hosted solution. They do have free offerings. So again, if it's a budget-minded decision that you're going after, then YOLA might just be for you. It is certainly worth making my top 20 list, and it's worth a minute to peruse their feature set and see if it's something that appeals to you. But YOLA is yet another website e-commerce builder platform that you might not have thought of in the first place. So rounding out my list at number 20, YOLA. Hey, if you've made it this far all the way to the end, then be sure and subscribe to my channel. Also, I have a free ebook on how to launch knockout products on Amazon. You can click it, free and instant access. Just click the link below in the description. And now what I'd like you to do,
be sure to subscribe to the channel to be notified of future videos, and don't forget to like this video. Now, watch that video next. Go ahead, watch that video.